Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Tuesday, July the 21st. The year is 2026. Let's talk trading. Echo. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. As always, make sure your risk management is in place so you do not lose more than you are willing to lose while you are trading. You know, um, I've been doing this for a while, and I like to see what other traders do because, even though I've been doing this since the 70s, doesn't mean I can't learn anything. But lately, past 2-3 weeks or so, I keep coming across videos that talk about, you know, using trading one instrument on one time frame using one method. And it's something that, I have been trading the pound now with Walmart for years. Before that, I was trading the yen for years. Before that, when I was trading equities, I traded Taser for probably a year, and Apple for years, and then Google for a year. And I would just pick one instrument and just trade it till something changed, and instead of being able to trade it profitably, or maybe it wasn't as profitable, then I would pick something else. I mean, you guys know me back from the stock fetcher days. I had what I called milking the cows, where I would, run my filter. I find out which stocks fit the criteria of being a cow, meaning I could, milk it every morning and make money. And then I would pick one, and then that's all I traded. Um, then I moved over to FOREX because somebody told me that, hey, FOREX market is a lot bigger than the stock market, so I wanted to trade with the big boys. So that's why I moved to FOREX, in case anybody's wondering. Let's see, and like I said, so many traders out there putting out these videos, educational materials, and they're all saying that. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. And like I said, it was almost like hearing an echo because that's what I do. Now, that being said, as you all know, I have produced many, many indicators over the years, over the decades, and I've produced, maybe a dozen systems. I don't know. We pretty much go through them when I go through the charts. But, one of the things I've been doing lately was I made that morning routine indicator, which I just updated some today. Because I noticed it had 5 things, but it wasn't balanced. You should have the same things on the resistances and the same things on the support side. So has a little more information. And then, of course, having the AI go out, look at the news, and develop some levels. And I find these levels to be pretty pretty doggone good. You can look and see what time I ran the routine. You can see what time it is now. That's my local time. That's almost 2 hours ago. So you can see here when I posted it, which would have been sometime here, a little after there. But it had this support floor already pegged, and that's not bad. So it definitely gave some targets as this thing was going down to look for. It blasted right through the 75, hit the 60, and then turned around. And of course, I'm kicking myself. I had some entries down here around 63, 64, because it was basically a rat trade, and I jumped out way too soon around 75. And then I been working on something else here. Once again, I look at other traders, and this trader was talking about trading like a hedge fund. And I thought it was an interesting video. So I fed it to the AI and had the AI build some indicators. Now, the thing is, think of AI like if you're old enough to remember when Texas Instrument and Hewlett Packard first came out with calculators. And if you're not, think about when PCs first came out. But basically, you have this tool that can do a whole lot, do it really quick and be dead on the money accurate. But if you don't understand the basics, if you don't understand the principles, and if you can't do it yourself, the tool's really not going to help you because you're not going to understand it. You're not going to know if it's even right. So, the AI generated all these different levels. So if you don't understand these, it's not really going to help you that much. Of course, I always build in signals. And so actually the first iteration was just a single display, a single gauge over here. But then of course it's like, no, I need it across all the time frames because I want to see confluence. And then you have all this stuff, too much to process, really, in a fast moving market. It's, some things are nice to know, like we can see right here, M1 starting to contract, whereas M5 and M15 are expanding and everything else is normal. And on the history, it's telling you when to sell. And what I found out was these two lines right here seem to work. If price is in between, it's pretty much sit on your hands and you just trade the breakout. Or you could trade, of course, you've got a candle going up across the line. But when price gets between those two lines, it's going to give you a wait signal. And then, so you're right here, you see you still got a buy signal because it's above that line. And so right here, there was the long entry, and that was good for 10 pips. And yes, you can get these, saying buy here, but everything's a sell because when you switch over, you can see you're below those levels for those time frames. And so here, H4 is a wait. And so on my chart, I don't use the full dashboard. I have the history, and then I have the multimeter. So that way, with a quick glance, I can see, if I'm getting to buy here and sell here, that means to me I should probably just think scalp. But if it comes down here and hits the 80 and these are all saying sell, oh, I want to jump in and take that sell. But once again, just horizontal lines. And most of my indicators, sooner or later, you boil them down, It's a horizontal line. That's just to show you what I've been working on this week. And go back to something simpler, simple price action chart here. And usually I like to set this to M30. As you can see, the past 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M30 candles, a lot of movement. Opportunity to take money out of the market. And so you can just put on the horizontal lines, make it simple. You can see here we hit the pivot and fell. That was back in the London session. H4 is turned red again. And there's that lower hit. And let's just see what happens. I mean, the thing is, there's a flip-flop box here, downside, another one here, another one here, another one there. So if you were just taking flip-flop boxes to the downside, that would have been nice. Of course, it's going to stall here. Make me look bad. But you can see here we're back into the rat zone. And actually we're in the ATR zone. It made the low of the day 1 hour ago. You can see we fell through the wick zone. Once again, horizontal lines. See, we took out the pivot. We've got 2 missed pivots this month. Taken out the weekly, we've taken out the monthly. Bambino Flex said to go look for shorts. Pivot trading plan short. Once again, horizontal lines. There's the pivot short. 62 pips from below there. Buy zone, horizontal lines. Flirted with the open. Came through the short zone. Rest is history. Red rats did not feast, but the green rats had a nibble, and it looks like we might get another nibble here as we fall through that level. So once again, of course it doesn't work every time, but it just seems like some of these things have a really high probability. 96 pip range on the day. Some inside bar action here. We went through that monthly inside bar low, came up and then right back through it. And let's see. We've crossed above and below that yearly open now. 81, 80 pips below it. And you know what, fellow traders? Fastest 15 minutes in trading is just about over. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And like I said, it seems like there's an echo chamber. But if you think about it, you know, that 111, one instrument, one method, one time frame, it's keeping it simple. And always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.